Yo, what's up, guys? CastnBlast back, and one more before we dive back into Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11. I thought I'd bring to you an attack that I've just been having an absolute blast at Town Hall 9. And if you've been following my channel for more than, I don't know, 2 days, you'll know that I've been loving Falcon at Town Hall 10. And I thought to myself, I says, if this is so fun at Town Hall 10, why am I not using it at Town Hall 9? Is anyone using it at Town Hall 9? With my Town Hall 9, I use it to scout Town Hall 10s that I'm going to hit, just so I know, where traps are. I use it in the same direction. And I thought, hey, man, this is strong. Sometimes on those scouts, I'm getting a higher percentage than some failed Town Hall 10 attacks. So why not just run it through some Town Hall 9s? I started throwing up, asking clans for fair FCs. They're throwing them at me, and I was just ripping base. And so in comes League War, and I go, hey, let's give it a roll. So I'm looking at this funky base here. I see it's got kind of an outside CC, a lot of outside defenses, and just buildings covering the whole map. I know it's going to be a pain to try to queen pop because of the blower situations. It's going to be a pain to use a go-ho, either stoned or shattered. So I said, why not just like queen walk this? I'm using the same exact troops that I'm using, 14 Valks, CC bowlers, just 4 hogs, because obviously I have less than my Town Hall 10, 4 healers, a baby drag, some wizards to cut, and I'm using more rages than heal because I want my queen walk portion of the attack to be the longest method. I mean, to cut this funnel, especially with all the outside defenses, and just to keep my queen up at Town Hall 9, that queen, she is a powerhouse. So keep her ripping and rolling. I'm going to bring those extra rages instead of 2 heals. She's cutting a nice funnel. I set up some archers on the outside. My king just followed by a couple wizards just for some extra power. And he's going to cut that funnel. And this is the same exact strategy. If you've been watching any of my Town Hall 10s, you have to cut these funnels. And I want my heroes to bounce on the inside. I love my heroes sticking together on Falcon. And it works so well at Town Hall 9 because unlike Town Hall 10, at 9, that king, he's tanking. There's no single set infernos to rip him instantly up. And he can smack that queen around, enemy queen, very well. So I want both my heroes to meet up once this funnel's cut, and all my bowlers and Valks. And basically I wanted my queen to cut this area, my troops to go in here, break through this wall, and continue down in the base. You'll see, sorry, I forgot to pause there. You'll see what happens is they don't follow my plan to T. So as my troops come in, everything's looking perfect. My healers decide to start using that wizard or healing the wizard. So they're doing a wizard walk. And then my troops kind of go over. They hit that enemy queen. They bounce into the outside cell. And now they're focused on that X-bow and Inferno. So I thought my troops were all going to step up here and start getting hit by the wizard tower. So that's where I threw my heal, and I wanted to rage to throw them in. What I should have done and what I didn't think about is just starting a baby drag and some wizards and cutting all this crap so that there's no way my troops aggro over to that section. And what do you know? That's exactly what they do. They aggro over there, but I'm thinking, hey man, I still got a bunch of Valks on the core. Maybe I'll throw a rage in and they'll bust through and get that wizard tower and expo. But they simply just go down. So that's a whole wasted rage now. And on the positive note, my healers focus up in on my king and all those Valks and start healing them up. So I'm like, great. Maybe this won't be a giant bust because I didn't think about all those buildings up top. I haven't used my queen's ability. My king's getting healed and those healers are staying along, and she's just going to come and just pick off every single defense. And I finally got a good look at how many Valks I have, and I think it's about 40 to 50 Valks in that pile. So I'm like, game over. Game over. This attack is just powerful at every level. And if you guys haven't tried it at 10, you need to get on it. And my new suggestion for those 9s that are going to go to Town Hall 10, or you just have a Town Hall 9 and a Town Hall 10 like me, man, rip this attack, guys. Start practicing it now at Town Hall 9. Just throw it in the mix and see if you like it. Because when you go to Town Hall 10, getting down that queen walk and looking at these variances is amazing. Let's take a look at a few more. So I'm all excited and I'm telling my clan, guys, have you seen my replays? Falcon Works at Town Hall 9. Is anyone even doing this? And of course, in true Cast fashion, everyone's like, yeah, Cast, we've been doing that for a long time. Where have you been? Welcome back to the party. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought it was something cool I could tell you guys. But there's so many different ways of doing it. You know, I use those troops because that's what I used at Town Hall 10. But a lot of my clanmates, they'll go hog heavier or loons in that position. And I just want to show you guys a couple variances on this. And didn't know how much my clan had been using it until I thought I had discovered something new that just wasn't new. So you'll see he's bringing more hogs, but it's the same principles. You got to cut your funnel no matter what you're doing. And the queen walk is a very important spot. So on any outside buildings, you know, he's got little tiny village builder huts everywhere. Easy to set an archer. So formulate your plan and your troop composition by what the base gives you. And he's just bringing his queen. He's cutting the other side with his baby drag whiz and letting his queen take a nice walk to where he wants to enter the base. It's very similar to everything, obviously, I've been showing you at Town Hall 10 because it's pretty much the same attack. In comes his king to cut the next area funnel with a couple of wizards just for power. And, you know, guys, I could sit here and go over the same old attacks again. You know, do witches work? Obviously, go wee works. You know, witch slap, it's still working. And if you guys don't know how to use witches at Town Hall 9 by now, you might just be new to Town Hall 9, or I have no idea what you've been doing because that's what everyone uses. So I thought I would bring you this. You know, it's beautiful. Once you get those bowlers and valks to the core, as you can see, they're just ripping that core to shreds. And then simply he's bringing his couple packs of hogs on the outside to take care of those outside defenses. Rages all the way up through the middle. Those rages are going to push his troops. And once the healers hit him, they're also going to heal his troops at a quicker rate. So now he can just save that heal all the way to the end to throw on his pack as they come together. And man, this replay took like 30 seconds because that's how powerful this attack is, guys. As just another way to look at it. We'll take a look at a few more here. So small difference here on LFC's troop comp. You know, still the same queen walk, still the same valks as your main troop, still bowlers in the middle. He's bringing 2 and 2. Maybe he likes that better. You know, and that's personal preferences. And then instead hogs, loons, back end loons. So that can be a big portion on where you're going to take the air defenses out and then where you think your secondary outside defenses are going to be. And, you know, that's a decision whether hogs or loons. A lot of personal preference, but also base setup. So you'll see everything else is normal, you know, and I'm just having a ball with this attack in general. And it's also keeping me sharp on both Town Hall levels. The good thing is, you know, looking for areas to cut funnels and then ways to walk your queen and using kind of the same troops for both villages now is keeping me sharp on my 9 and my 10. The more practice you get with troop compositions, the better you'll be. And a lot of things are working at everything's working at Town Hall 9 right now, guys. Goho, Shattered Goho, Stone Goho, working excellently. Queen Walk Mass Hogs is looking great lately. Spam Laloon is working great. Queen Walk Laloon, I've seen a couple guys are using Cold-Blooded Laloon very well, you know, and you can, witches will always work. They're OP. So you guys can use those attacks, but this is one more tool for your toolbox, and it works out great if you're going to go and use these troops at 9, and then you want to use them at 10. Like I said, it's keeping my skills sharp, and it's just a lot of fun. So you'll see he guts the middle with those bowlers and valks. He used his rages early, in which he's threw those 2 heals on the inside, and that got his troops kind of stuck in the core. And that's why I said, guys, and follow me with this, it's personal preference. Personal preference, and I don't want to take you guys away from what you're used to, but let's think about it. So you rage in, you rage again, your troops are gutting the core of the base, and they're going to keep on gutting. If you run out of rages, they're going to get stuck. But what a rage will do is keep your troops moving, and as they move, what follows your troops? Those healers. So your healers are going to hit a rage, and they're going to go into turbo mode, and they're going to heal your troops. So for me, it's why bring another heal as long as you can get those healers in. Now, if you can't get those healers in and your queen takes a walk, yes, you're going to be in trouble. But you'll be in trouble everywhere in this attack if that happens. So I plan on my plans going as planned. That's a lot of plans right there. But if they do, for me, it just makes more sense to bring those rages. So you can see his troops gutted it. Air defenses went down, and he brings in his back end loons. They take down those outside buildings. They're flying around. And they're also going to help take those bombs and take any, away from any sort of healer death trap coming up. As you can see, they just took out a couple black bombs, but he finally pops his queen's ability. And his loons finish off that last defense. Now it's just up to his troops to march around and finish off this base, and that's another 3-star. And we have many, many, many 3-star attacks using Falcon at Town Hall 9 in this war. But this video has been long enough, I do believe, and I have tons more content for you guys coming. More Town Hall 10 attacks. We'll finish up our Town Hall 10 series, the 3 attacks you must use. Lastly is Goho. We're going to look at Town Hall 10, Queen Walk Goho, Queen Walk Mass Goho, Shattered Goho, and I think I even have a Cold-Blooded and Stone Goho in that mix as well. So we'll take a look at those. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, it's at CastnBlastCOC. That will give you some daily updates, or you can just chat with me. Ask me questions if you got them, as always. And until next time, take it easy.